So there are some things that we, can't control. Like sometimes, we talk about this all the time, but if your internet is not great and you have a big meeting and you're on a Zoom and
Yeah.
doesn't go well and you don't know when you're going to get back on, and some of that stress, we talk about, and this is really the next one on the dock. And again, the stuff that we talk about in this podcast throughout the week, I jot stuff down,
Right.
and Tom tells me to jot stuff down, real things that happen that we think would be interesting to talk about. But these happen to us. But so we get, there is a stress level, but sometimes, and this may be actually pretty healthy, also, but we keep talking about how much leads cost, the cost of a lead,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So if you know, I mean, first of all, I most people don't know how much it is to the cost of a lead. If you
Right.
don't have lead gen and they say, hey, it's this much for a lead, you
Right.
have, the amount of effort and time, which translates into money, which translates into, you're doing lead gen. What else can you be doing? The opportunity cost of it. If I'm working on one
Right.
thing, that means I'm not working on another thing. So that could add stress and pressure if we know that we get a lead from our lead gen partner and we know it costs X amount of dollars
Right.
for that lead and we're on with them. There's added pressure to, make sure that that's not a lost cost.
Right. I
Yeah,
think it's a benefit too, because
exactly.
it doesn't matter if you're paying for lead gen or you're turfing up your own leads or however you're getting leads, there is a cost to it, and we can go into more effective costs, for lead gen and more expensive costs. But you're absolutely right. When you know there's a cost to a lead, you want to make sure that that first call is you have your A game on, you have an objective, and even if the call, and this happened to me last week. I started talking, we got on a Zoom and I started talking, and I appreciated this because my lead said, "Hey, I'm going to stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just signed a 2-year contract with your competitor."
Mm.
So, and I thought to myself, well, I'm on the call with his name is Kyle. I'm on the call with Kyle, and so why don't I pull some value out of this? I'm not just going to say thank you. I don't want to waste your time. Let's move on. So I started asking questions about, okay, well, how do you use? I'm not going to say the competitor, but how do you use it? So he started walking down how he used it. And this is an important thing too. You always want to have some silver bullets in your pocket for your competition, meaning that you want to have differentiator points against your competition. Know your competition. I mean, you don't have to know them in depth, but you need to have 5 or 7 differentiators that when Kyle started talking, keep this in mind, Joey. He said, I'm going to stop you there. This is 3 minutes into the call. I'm going to stop you there. We just signed a contract, 2-year contract with your competitor. Let's hang up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, well, you know what? How do you use it? So we started talking. And as he was talking, I was started to drip. I was like, okay, that sounds great, but this is what we do different. This is what we do different. Just want to let you know, Kyle, this is what we do different, just so you know what else is out there. So in 2 years, when your contract is up, or whatever, by the way, we don't do annual contracts, we do a monthly differentiator. So we started talking. We were on the call for 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So where this call went from no, not interested, we started chit chatting, and I was pulling value from how he did things. And I could take his competitive knowledge and apply it to our product. So my mind was like, okay, well, this is a lead that's not going anywhere. Joey, guess what? By the end of the call, he said the words, he's like, you really got me thinking.
Yeah.
He said, you got me thinking. And ultimately, we did sell him another branch of our services. I think he's going to take the next step, and I think he might engage with us for some of our white labeling, products and all that. But it was fantastic.